Alright, so I thought I'd make you guys a little video and show you what I'm talking about here as far as custom parts that I'd like to make. This is the shotgun that you just saw I post disassembled. Now, normally, this would be the frame of the shotgun. This is all made out of, not even ABS, this is actually made out of some really cheap plastic, and this is supposed to hold the whole thing together. Basically, most airsoft guns have like a gearbox, and they have to make them out of metal. They have to, or either that or they just blow apart, you know. That's basically what's happening with these, is I'm using critical parts that are built into what would be the hop-up unit. And it's supposed to throw the BB up a little bit so it flies a bit straighter. Some parts are made out of metal. You got your springs, you got your, what holds the shells in. But there's other parts like these. These are like latches and levers that are meant to like hold this, which actually sticks back here, and then your trigger releases it. Right, you move your trigger, it's supposed to release it. This is made out of metal, but these are made out of plastic, and I've already lost one shotgun because these were plastic. And then, of course, things like this are high wear, and these are, the piston's already inside, and the tube is inside. Now, these could also be made out of metal, and they'd last forever. They'd probably actually end up having a better seal. The spring guide is a plastic piece as well. There's not even any bearings or anything on it, which most AEGs have like a bearing and a metal spring guide. Good ones anyways. But my goal is to try and make something like this. These frames, either halves of the frames, and the trigger guards out of metal. And then other key components like these, which are meant for the sear set, and anything, just about anything. And even these screws are also made out of pop metal. These screws really suck, because if you strip these out, they're no good. So maybe some hex head screws, and then tight bore stainless steel inner barrels. You know, these are made out of aluminum, and they're not really all that accurate. I've taken a measure to them, and they're like 6.08. They're almost 7 millimeters. It's almost a whole millimeter of air that's making you lose pressure. And then the hop-up unit itself, which that one was busted, that one blew apart. This is the hop-up unit. This is what the BBs feed into. Alright, you get all three. They're supposed to be spring-loaded, and they feed into there. And it's also made out of plastic. Now, a friend of mine was using it, and he was firing it a lot, and he was firing it really quickly, and it couldn't handle it. One of the BBs got jammed, completely destroyed the rest of it. The whole thing just blew apart because one BB jammed it, and it was this hop-up unit. Now, if it had been made out of metal, it probably would have lasted a lot better, but this just basically exploded on the other one. These are made out of better ABS plastics. It's almost got like a little bit of a rubber feel to it. And these are the top covers. These are also made out of that cheap plastic, though. So good ABS, crappy plastic frame. And here's the funny thing: even though these are metal, these tubes, this like buffer tube, is made out of metal. Some of these would also be nice to be made out of like aluminium. Because the whole thing's made out of plastic, they put in these 1-inch by 3-inch just steel rounds, you know, to try to make up the weight. I mean, I played with one without that in there, and it felt like a toy. They are kind of toys, but the point is, these could be used for things like live weapon training, and I'd like to make them. Question is, how? Scan the parts, make the parts. Let me know. That's what I'm dealing with.